guys, welcome back to my channel. So on Wednesday it was International Girls and Women's in Sports Day, so I was inspired to do an interview with my coach and also competitive weightlifter Alex. I thought I would give you a bit of information about Alex and I and how she became my coach and how we actually met. So when I first arrived to the UK, I thought that I would do my level 1 in Olympic weightlifting. And when I turned up to the course, Alex just happened to be doing the same course as well. So Alex had been weightlifting for about 3 years at the time. So she was built and she was strong. And I mean, frankly, at the time I was a bit intimidated because I was like, yeah, she's going to know what she's doing. And I don't know much at all. But Alex was the complete opposite of what I thought. She made all the effort in the world to make sure that I felt comfortable and that I got to know people. She always encouraged me and helped me when I needed it. And over the 2 days that we did our course, I actually felt that my weightlifting got better literally over 2 days because I had her support and also the support of the British weightlifting crew. So that was a really great experience. And then basically from there, she sort of mentioned that she was starting a club with her coach and that I should come and check it out because it's only new and it's exciting. So I was like, yeah, no worries. So I went and checked it out a couple of weeks later and I fell in love with it. The crew were amazing. There wasn't a lot of us at the time, but I thought it was something that I'd stick to, so I stuck to it, and I have never looked back since. If it wasn't for the Central London Weightlifting Club, in all honesty, I don't know if I'd still be in London. I really was feeling homesick at the time that I went to them, and they just made everything so much better. They're an amazing team. So if you're ever in London and you want to try Olympic weightlifting, please go to Central London Weightlifting because Connor and Alex will definitely look after you. Their knowledge is out of this world and they only continue to get better in the way they deliver their programs and the way they do their programming. It's absolutely phenomenal. So if you want to know about weightlifting, head to them. It's the best. So here is our interview. What got you into weightlifting?
I in university, joined the weightlifting society. I think I'd seen some clips and some videos on YouTube and that kind of thing, and it just looked really interesting, and I just wanted to try it out. And once I did, just never looked back. Really, just really enjoyed it.
That's good. And have you always been active?
To a degree. Not
to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, in school, yeah, but then kind of after A levels and such, not really. And then second year, that was good. But I'd never really had a sport that I thoroughly enjoyed, I think, until I got to weightlifting.
Yeah.
So,
what's your advice for beginners? What would you say to them?
Oh,
what do you say to me?
What do I say to you? What do I say to you? Persistence pays off. Consistency is important. I think there's lots of different principles, I think, that you kind of pick up as you go along. And obviously the kind of set or combination is going to be different depending on the person, but being consistent, being disciplined, having an eye for detail, lots of work on technique and just really refining the movement, being kind of sure of yourself as well. Self-confidence, I think, is important, especially once you get to heavy weights and you've got to get under it. If you know you can get under it, it's fine, but if there's any doubt, it's going to be a problem. I'd say probably persistence is probably the most important one.
Yeah. How do you find being a female athlete, a competitive one, at that when you get to the English and British level?
It's actually quite nice. My coach is a guy, and I think for girls it's kind of different. It's almost less competitive between players or between athletes. There's just such a sense of community. Even just warming up in the back room, it's never had any drama, anything like that. It's always, and you see the same people time and time again. So you end up not competing against competitors, but just with friends almost.
Yeah.
And whereas with guys, I think it's a little bit different. There's a little bit more kind of they want to beat each other, that kind of thing. Which not to say that some girls don't, but I think generally people are pretty good about it. Weightlifting, ironically, is not really about the amount of weight that you lift. It's sort of how you do it.
Yeah.
And so whether you're a guy or a girl, if you're lifting it well and you're lifting it kind of beautifully and with good form, then I think that's what people respect more than what's on the bar.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. What is your favourite lift and why?
It flip-flops. It flip-flops depending on which one I'm crap at at the time.
On the day.
I like the jerk, I think.
Yeah,
like,
the jerks.
You know,
the jerks
it's just, yeah, you just hit the positions correctly, and just the satisfaction is brilliant.
Favourite accessory and why?
I don't know.
It's got to be something with legs. Like the amount of legs you give me, it's got to be legs.
Back squats I like back squats a lot.
Yeah.
They're always fun. I think some of the bodybuilding stuff as well can be like, you know, just kind of throwing it out is always great.
How is your diet when you're in comp prepping compared to your normal diet?
Diet's something that I should focus more on. With comp prep, it's more just kind of like sort of maintaining the weight that you need to be on the day, eating well, so trying not to eat foods that kind of make you sluggish or bloated, that kind of thing, just kind of quality foods. But then I think it applies to most of this kind of general cycle anyway. So although I'm not a nutritionist and I don't really track that as much, I think just eating well, especially like, you know, making stuff from scratch.
Yeah.
A lot of variety is always good as well. So meats and veggies, not too much of one or the other. And I'd say just like eat well generally.
How do you get your mind in the game when in comp? Like, what do you think on the day? What are you thinking before you go on?
I'm not thinking of anything. If it's a good competition, there's absolutely zero going on.
Okay.
I think it's the more competitions you do, the more routine it kind of becomes. So you know, you know what you're capable of on the day. You know whether things are going well, whether they're not. It's almost like, you know, it becomes almost muscle memory. You almost don't think about it. You just go out and execute. But yeah, no, the best competitions is just when there's nothing, where I'm not overly excited or worried or anything like that. Just out to do a job.
Yeah. What has been the biggest thing that weightlifting has taught you in terms of life in general?
I think no matter how good you are, you can always improve. There's always something that you can work on.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it's true. It is
true. It's very true.
Yeah, it's not a game you can win, weightlifting. I think, you know, whether it's technique or speed or strength or whatever it is, you could be doing this for your entire life, and there's still stuff that you can improve. And that, I think, applies to life in general as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's like, know how good you are, but also know where there's room for development.
Yeah. What has been your biggest barrier in weightlifting?
Now
have you got past it?
Probably 72 snatch, still haven't got past that. I think it's one of those sports where I think it's difficult sometimes for other people to understand. You know, just kind of like why you do what you do or why you enjoy it as such. So I think if anything, the barrier is more like, not in weightlifting itself, but on all that stuff that's going kind of around, like, you know, studies and jobs and managing family and friends and that kind of thing. And I'd say that's probably the biggest kind of difficulty that affects it. But again, just a case of just managing it and being persistent and, you know, I think as well just being disciplined. You know, it's, you know, you say, sorry, I can't go out for this, or I can't, you know, join you tomorrow morning for coffee because I've got training. Like, people might not understand that, but that's the truth. So, and I think if you're persistent with that, then they'll come to respect it in time.
Yeah. What is your best comp memory?
Yeah, Loughborough. Qualified for the British English championships, and we had to hit a particular qualifying total, which escapes me at the time. But I'd come out, I'd hit my first and second snatch, missed the third behind me, and I think in order to get the total, I had to clean and jerk 82, 83. But I'd never done that before. I think my best at the time was like 79, 80, something in that region. And we're warming up, and I think the plan was something like 78, 80, 82, something in that kind of region, so to hit the total on my second or third attempt. And we're warming up, and I kind of get to 80, I miss the jerk, and then retry it, and you know, miss the clean, and you know, I'm kind of consulting with my coach and trying to figure out what do we do? Like, so I'm a little bit worried at this point.
Yeah.
And but like we got there, and the aim of that competition was to qualify. And so I was just like, I don't want to open. He suggested open on 80, go up to 82 for the second attempt, which was good. That's the idea. It's like, get out there, get a lift on the board, get some confidence, nail 82. I'm like, no. I'd prefer 3 shots at 82, the number that I need, than not, because this was the last competition to qualify.
Yeah.
There were no others coming up, at least before the qualification period ended. And so I was just like, yeah, let's open on 82. Coach was just bricking it. He keeps a straight face, but he was saying afterwards that he's never been more kind of wound up, more tense whilst handling me before. And so go out with 82, triple bounce the clean out of the hole, just grind it up, and then just nail the jerk. Nailed that, and that was brilliant. And then came out at like 85, not a chance, and then just left the third attempt. That's the only time I've ever skipped out on a third attempt, because I knew just
you'd got it.
There was
you'd
no
qualified.
Yeah, because it was like, if I didn't get that 82, and I would have followed myself as well.
And then it would have been all in your head that you're like, I've missed the first one.
But also like just a recovery, between the first and second. So, but that would have been, so don't qualify for the English. First ever bomb out and just go home disappointed.
So
thankfully
that didn't happen.
Yeah, thank God. No, it was a really good comp. So.
And that was also the comp where you dropped the bar on your head in the snatch.
No, that was the English. That was actually the English that I qualified for. That was I was up here, elbow went, and it just like bashed me on the back of the head.
Yeah,
and I didn't get enough height on it, but still was determined to get underneath it. So that's the trouble, be determined, but don't be too determined.
Well, thank you for the interview.
That's alright, thanks for having me.
Hi guys, sorry I had to switch the phone, the camera died, but I just want to thank you all so much for watching. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be uploading once a week on anything that's health, fitness and well-being related. So if there's anything in particular you want me to make, post a comment down below, and I'll try my best to get it done. Also, go and check out my Instagram page, which is Keely Coleman PT. I try to update that most days on day-to-day stuff. Thanks, guys.
Fine.